People who never take the initiative to reach out. Someone who never contacts others first is showing avoidant attachment. When you're with such a person, your relationship can feel especially good. But once you stop contacting them, they will not contact you first. Maybe you have someone like this around you, or maybe you are such a person yourself. It's not that they are deliberately cold or distant, but rather a special psychological pattern at work. In psychology, we call this avoidant attachment. Simply put, these people keep a distance in intimate relationships, fearing getting too close. But deep down, they are not unfeeling. They are controlled by a deep fear. Next, we will look at 3 aspects: their behaviors, their causes, and ways to improve. People with avoidant attachment often show very obvious traits. It makes people both love and hate them because they're hard to figure out. I think there are 5 main points. First, they never initiate contact. As I said earlier, they rarely call or send messages first. If you don't reach out to them, they may not show up for a long time. But this doesn't mean they have no feelings when together. It's just that they are used to not disturbing others and are not good at initiating contacts. Second, warm when close, cold when apart. When you get along with them, you will notice a huge contrast. When meeting, they can talk with you intimately, as if you are their whole world. But once apart, they go silent as if they've vanished. This hot and cold attitude is confusing. Third, they are extremely independent. They emphasize personal space and freedom. They like being alone. They prefer to solve many things on their own and are very afraid of troubling others. In the eyes of others, they seem to need no one. Even in difficulties, they carry things alone. This independence is actually a wall to protect themselves. Fourth, they are good at avoiding intimate topics. When talking about the future of a relationship or emotional communication, they often change the subject or fall silent and sometimes even disappear for a while. They feel uncomfortable expressing vulnerability and subconsciously avoid occasions that need them to open up. Finally, emotional restraint. People with avoidant attachment rarely show their emotions or needs openly. When under pressure, they tend to bury their feelings inside and don't seek comfort or support. Because of this, they're often misunderstood as indifferent. These behaviors can easily make the other person feel frustrated and lonely. Clearly, things are good when together, but once apart, it feels like they become someone else. This on and off pattern is a typical sign of avoidant attachment. Then some may ask, why do people develop avoidant attachment? The answer often traces back to childhood and early emotional patterns. According to attachment theory, in early childhood, the way a child bonds with main caregivers affects adult intimacy styles. Research by British psychologist John Bowlby shows, if a baby is often met with coldness or no response when seeking comfort, they gradually stop seeking comfort and suppress their needs. Over time, they learn not to cry or fuss and rely on themselves. This is the origin of avoidant attachment. A child whose need for closeness was rejected closes their heart to protect themselves, pretending to be strong and independent. In such a growing environment, the child actually experiences repeated disappointment and separation anxiety. To avoid pain, they develop a coping mechanism. In adulthood, this mechanism is deeply buried in the subconscious, triggering automatically when intimacy appears. They instinctively distance themselves from their partner to avoid feeling ignored or hurt like in childhood. It's also important to note another hidden anxiety affects them: fusion anxiety. This means they fear getting too close and losing their self-boundaries. In simple words, when avoidant people feel they are losing freedom and control in a relationship, they feel uneasy. An inner alarm rings and tells them to retreat. Fusion anxiety makes them resist intimacy, while separation anxiety makes them fear abandonment. These two anxieties intertwine, leaving avoidant people stuck, wanting closeness but fearing it, fearing loneliness but not daring to approach others. Their apparent coldness is actually a deep self-protection. So how do we move out of avoidant attachment? Step 1. Recognize you are protecting yourself. You are not indifferent nor intentionally distant. Your subconscious is telling you, don't get too close. Too close might hurt. When you realize this reaction is not your fault but a protection mechanism, you're already on the path to change. Step 2. Allow yourself to have needs. Avoidant people often say, it's fine, I'll handle it. But relationships are for mutual support, not for proving yourself. Tell yourself, I can also be cared for. I also deserve someone to stay. When you try saying, I'd like someone to accompany me, your lonely island drifts outward toward a warm shore. Step 3. Try expressing yourself. Don't keep it all inside. Start with a simple message, even just, I miss you a little. Tell someone close, I may not be good at expressing, but I'm trying. You are not unworthy of love, you are just too afraid of disappointment. This time, you can go slowly. Build trust step by step. Let love become your sense of security instead of a burden. Step 4. Get close to someone safe. Avoidant people are most afraid of working up the courage to get close, only to be pushed away. It's not that they don't want to be close, they fear their warmth will be misunderstood, their slowness disliked, their silence mistaken for coldness. So the most important thing is to find someone who truly understands your rhythm, who won't think you're cold just because you don't initiate, and won't leave you because you're not perfect. I know you have your rhythm. Step 5. Learn to treat yourself gently. The more you understand your own withdrawal, the less you need indifference as armor. The more you accept your slow to warm nature, the less you fear being truly seen. You're not hard to approach, you just haven't been in a relationship where you could relax. You've been carrying everything, hiding and pretending not to care, but you've forgotten you also deserve gentle treatment. Try saying to yourself, I am good as I am. I don't need to be perfect. I don't need to please. Not every closeness will hurt you. Not every expression will be let down. There will always be someone who comes close to you, not to change you, but to let you know even if you're slow, silent, or don't initiate, there is still someone willing to stand quietly by your side. You don't have to rush to open up nor pretend to be strong. Take your time. The one who loves you will understand all your slowness and quietly catch your late coming love and response.